Born in Poland when the century was young, between two worlds where her first lessons stung. A countess father gambling down the throne, a Jewish mother teaching her survive alone. She rode too fast, she skied the mountain's edge. She laughed at men who dared her off the ledge. Not reckless, no intentional, resigned. Death was a possibility she'd long consigned. When the Nazis came to swallow Poland whole, most people ran, Krystyna ran towards the coal. She walked to British intelligence and said, I hate them with a fury, use me instead. They didn't know what to do with something bright and bold and female and too much to fight. She became Christine Granville, alias Blade, and left the male agents looking like a masquerade. She was the ghost with teeth, the smile before the storm, the woman dressed in danger like it was her uniform. She crossed the mountain in the dark, she bled to walk away. She held a live grenade and made the generals obey. Bond is just a shadow on the wall she left behind. She was the body, she was the mission, she was the mind. The spy they borrowed, gutted, dressed in someone else's name. Krystyna was the original, Bond was just the frame. The Gestapo had her cold room, stone floor, no escape. Most bodies break, she chose a different shape. She bit her tongue until her mouth ran red, coughed blood onto her handkerchief and said nothing, just let the crimson do the work. Tuberculosis, watch the officers shirk. They panicked, opened doors, she walked outside, calm as a saint with someone else's blood still dried. Two allied men were hours from execution when she walked in with her own kind of solution. One hand, one grenade pin already gone. Her voice as steady as the coming dawn. Release my men, she said, not asked, commanded. And every German in that room was stranded, because her eyes said what her voice confirmed. I mean this, I have already adjourned. She parachuted into France, she turned a flirtation into intelligence. She ran resistance networks no one else could hold. She skied the Tatras in the dark and cold. She seduced officers who thought they were the seducers. She saved the agents, she outplayed the abusers. Fleming met her, admired her, took notes, then handed all her genius to a man in a tux and boat. She was the ghost with teeth, the smile before the storm, the woman dressed in danger like it was her uniform. She crossed the mountain in the dark, she bled to walk away. She held a live grenade and made the generals obey. Bond is just a shadow on the wall she left behind. She was the body, she was the mission, she was the mind. The spy they borrowed, gutted, dressed in someone else's name. Krystyna was the original, Bond was just the frame. Cool under pressure, hers. Charm as a weapon, hers. Impossible escapes, hers. Talk your way past death, hers. I'll die before I break, hers, hers, hers. They took a blueprint, drew a tux around it, gave it a martini, shook it, and they crowned it. They called her inspiration, called her muse. They never called her what she was, the news. The war was won, they handed her a door. No pension, no honors worth the score. She worked the ship she lived in, rented rooms. The brilliant ghost reduced to borrowed tombs. A man she turned away could not accept her no. He found her in a hallway, struck the blow. She'd beaten Nazis, Gestapo, enemy lines, but couldn't survive peacetime's oldest crimes. She was the ghost with teeth, the smile before the storm, the woman dressed in danger like it was a uniform. told the truth, if he'd written her exactly as she was, the world would have said, "That's unrealistic, she's too much." A man does it. Cultural icon. 60 years of franchise. A martini glass and a theme song. She gets a footnote. Bond was inspired by some Polish countess. No. Bond was inspired by a woman who was already the legend. They just slapped a different name on the bones. Her name was Krystyna Skarbek. Say it like you mean it. Because she earned every syllable in blood. Spy, patriot, strategist, original. The woman Bond needed, and history tried to erase.